Ava finds Sonny sitting in front of the fire in his penthouse and admits she was worried given he wasn't here when she went to bed last night. She asks where he was, and he simply says out. Ava hopes Dex was with him at least, but he doesn't want to hear that name. Ava leaves to make a work call, and Michael arrives to see his father. Sonny says, "Hello, Judas." Michael won't make excuses, and Sonny says there is no excuse for what he did. Michael admits he hired Dex to spy on him so he could send him to prison. Sonny asks why. Michael says because he cheated on Mom with Nina, and he sided with Nina when she sued him and Willow, and he just didn't recognize his father anymore. In the end, though, he couldn't go through with it because it would have torn the family apart. He says his loyalty to the family was stronger than his need for revenge. Sonny yells, "What do you know about loyalty?" stabbing your father in the back. Sonny asks why he brought Carly into this. Michael explains his mom convinced him to work with Dex to keep him safe. They all wanted that. Sonny says he had every chance to tell him the truth, and how would Donna and Avery feel growing up without a father. Michael says he thought they'd be better off with him behind bars. Sonny says that's not his call to make, and asks how would Wiley and Amelia feel without him in their lives. Michael says again he changed course, and Dex was paid to keep him safe. Sonny calls Dex a rat, but Michael says he's saved his life more than once. Sonny tells his son that he lied to protect himself. Michael admits to that, but he hopes one day he can forgive him. But this isn't just about their relationship. Michael tells his father he is pushing everyone away, and he's going to end up alone. Michael says someone in his organization is a traitor, and he needs someone he can trust. Sonny says that's not his concern. Michael tells him he can't go through this alone. Michael departs. Ava steps out, and Sonny assumes she heard all that. She did, and she's sorry and knows it must hurt. Ava says she can go and pretend she was never here. Sonny asks her to stay. Ava doesn't understand why Michael showed his face here. Sonny says Michael thinks he still needs Dex and his protection. Ava feels he has a point, and Dex did save their lives. She asks where Dex would go if he cut him loose, as he has a lot of information that a lot of people would want to get a hold of. Sonny knows there is a leak in his ship, and he can't take on much more water before they all go down. Joss shows up to Dex's place. He's armed and jumpy, and she says she's been so worried about him and asks where he was last night. He realizes she hasn't spoken to her mom. He fills her in on what happened, and she is thankful for her mom intervening. She tells Dex that unfortunately, this is who Sonny is, and he'll never trust him again. Joss says this means he's free. Dex says it's not that easy, and in Sonny's eyes he still lied, and he knows way too much about his organization, so Sonny will never let him walk away. Dex says sooner or later Sonny's rivals will come for him, or the DA or feds will try and get him to talk, so Sonny will try and eliminate him. Joss asks why Sonny let him go. Dex assumes he will finish the job later without any witnesses. Joss knows Dex would do anything for her, so she tells him to run. He won't do that, and he won't let her go with him and give up her life here in Port Charles. Joss decides to go talk to Sonny, and she'll fix this. Dex knows if anyone can, it's her. They kiss. She tells him to stay here, and she'll be back as soon as she can. Joss arrives at Sonny's to see him, but Ava says she just missed him. Elsewhere, Sonny shows up at Dex's place as Dex holds a gun behind his back when answering the door. Blaze drops by Christina's, and she apologizes as she fell asleep and forgot they had plans. She also has been having morning sickness pretty bad. Blaze offers to make her tea and take care of her. Blaze brings her some tea and applies pressure to points on her wrist to help Christina overcome the sick feelings she's having. Christina is impressed. She finally opens up that Molly knows about them. Christina explains it's hard for her not to hide her feelings, especially for someone she's in a relationship with. Blaze smiles and asks if that is what this is, a relationship. Christina jokes she doesn't let just anyone see her like this. Blaze hates to ruin this moment, but her mother is insisting on visiting and she'll be here next week. Christina tells her not to worry about seeing her. She has enough work to do to keep her preoccupied. Blaze thanks her for being understanding, but she doesn't want her to feel she has to hide. Christina blurts out, "I'm not the one hiding." She quickly apologizes and says she isn't judging, and she doesn't even know her family. Blaze says they are great, but just religious and old-fashioned, and she feels the need to protect them. She thinks she's pretty damn wonderful. Christina is happy she is gay. Blaze feels the same about her. Christina wants to respect her choice to come out whenever she's ready. Blaze knows that's no way to build a relationship, and she's going to tell her mom about them. Christina apologizes if she's pressured Blaze to come out, but Blaze is grateful for her support and is happy. At the Metro Court, Nina talks to someone on the phone about meeting up, but the person can't come and hangs up on her. Drew asks, "Stood up again?" Nina asks what he's done now. Drew let all her contacts in the business know they are free to work with her on her new endeavor, but then they'll never work with Aurora again. Nina says he must not have that much faith in Carly and is afraid of competition. Drew says Carly just wants her out of their lives, and if he can make that happen and make her pay at the same time, all the better. Nina lets him know that she isn't going to be leaving Port Charles anytime soon. This is her home and her hotel, and she won't put up with threats. Drew says he's not threatening her, he's offering to buy her share of the Metro Court. He says she could use that capital to start her own magazine. Nina tells him not a chance. If he wants to buy something else for his girlfriend, then she suggests jewelry. Anna talks to Dant about the investigation over the phone when she sees Valentin. She tells Dant that she has to go. Valentin walks up, and Anna tells Valentin it's been a while. He says from the look on her face it hasn't been long enough. Anna tells him that she's been reinstated as the police commissioner, which Valentin knew. He assumes that she is looking for an update on Charlotte. He says she is home, settling in nicely, and he'll keep her informed. That's all he's comfortable telling her. Valentin sees Nina and Drew arguing and excuses himself to intervene. Valentin asks if everything is okay. Nina says Drew thinks he can take her share of the hotel. Drew says good luck getting that magazine off the ground and walks off. Nina fumes to Valentin that Drew has basically crushed her ability to start her own magazine without even trying. Valentin notes that Drew can really push her buttons. She says getting a rival magazine started is too much of an undertaking, so she has to swallow her pride and give up. Valentin can't believe she's giving up on evening the score, and he has another idea. Drew stops by to say hello to Anna and congratulate her on her new job. She asks how he's doing. He says he is making progress, but she asks at what cost. She recalls he wanted to get toxicity out of his life. Drew says that's why he wanted to buy the Metro Court and get Nina out of their lives. Anna says he seems harsher than he once was, and making Nina pay isn't going to bring back what he's lost. He's been told that before. Anna gets a call and says she has to take this and to think about this conversation, and they'll talk later. Drew sees Valentin depart and approaches Nina to try this again. Nina refuses his offer and warns he'll be sorry he messed with her. Elsewhere, Valentin makes a call and has a proposal for someone. At the station, Jordan meets with Dant about any updates on the shooting case, but Dant says the FBI isn't sharing much of anything. Dante says the only one who can identify the shooter is O'Neill, who sold the shooter the gun, and he's in Pentonville and refusing to cooperate. Dante thinks there is still a deal to be made, as he could identify a lot of criminals, some possibly in prison where he is, and that puts a target on his back. Jordan knows if something happens to O'Neill, then there goes their only lead. Jordan suggests they need to get O'Neill on another charge to keep him in their jurisdiction and stop the FBI from possibly transferring him elsewhere. Dante takes a call and is shocked by what he learns. Dante calls Anna and says there's been a development concerning a prisoner in Pentonville that he can't get into over the phone. When Anna arrives later, Jordan informs her that Olivia Jerome was attacked and is dead.